This is George from High Tech Legion. After a little bit of a rocky start in the power supply market, EVGA came out a couple months ago, came really back with a vengeance with the P2 and G2 series of power supplies built off of the Superflower LeadX platform. They came out to absolute incredible accolades from just about anyone who laid hands on it, myself included. It was probably the first full line of power supplies we saw that could go head to head or actually even come out a little bit better than the Seasonic made OEM power supplies that we've seen from other top manufacturers. Now, to follow that up, EVGA is coming out with a new SuperNova PS line silent series with, of course, the S in the part number standing for silent. Or does it? You know, we could kind of skirt the issue here, or we could get right to the heart of the matter. The 1000P has a PS in the part number, and I'm sure in the world of EVGA that S stands for silent, as in silent series, but the fact of the matter is it's a Seasonic made power supply, made on the KM3 platform, which has been around for a couple of years and really has been the top platform as far as top tier power supplies have gone. We've seen exactly two power supplies not made by Seasonic actually match up well with the KM3 platform. One of them, like I say, the EVGA G2 P2 line, which the full line matches up very well with it and actually, you know, comes in a little bit better in some respects than the KM3 line, and two other individual pieces in a line that did not match up price-wise. Significantly higher pricing, so the KM3 really has, you know, a great following, and I think EVGA is really right to take advantage of that, offer you the two best platforms on the market at very, very reasonable prices. But really it's going to boil down to, what did EVGA do with the KM3 platform? Anything diminished or anything of that nature? And really the answer is no. EVGA did a beautiful job with the KM3 platform here with the 1000P, and we're going to take a look at why. First off, take a look at the packaging. Typical EVGA, really nice looking packaging on the front. 80 plus platinum, as we see here, 92% efficiency, and Silent Series 1000P. Now, why are they calling it Silent Series? Well, fact of the matter is it uses the eco mode we've seen before, or hybrid mode, where the fan actually does stay off at cooler temperatures under 25 degrees centigrade, and will then turn on and ramp up as the power supply needs it. But the fact of the matter is the PSU has got fantastic passive cooling capabilities, so it really doesn't need the fan all that much to stay cool. So what you wind up with is some very, very nice silent capabilities from the PSU itself. So you're never going to hear the PSU over your case fans or cooling fans for any of your GPU, CPU, etc. So, taking a look here at the features, fully modular design once again, uses the same cable kit that we've seen from EVGA in the past, really probably the best cables included with any PSU on the market. Solid power delivery, etc. Uses 6-way heavy-duty protection circuitry. 50 degrees centigrade rated, so you can actually operate this very, very high temperatures without a problem. All solid Japanese capacitors throughout. Great cable selection, which we'll take a look at in a few. Now, let's take a look at the actual power ratings on the unit itself. Like I say, 1000 watts, platinum certified. On the 12 volt rail, it is a single 12 volt rail. You get 83 amps, 996 watts. So it's capable of producing almost its full power on the 12 volt rail itself. On the 5 volt and 3.3 amp 5 volt and 3.3 volt rails, you get 25 amps apiece, total of 125 watts off of those two rails. So you've really got quite a bit going on here. One of the other things I do want to mention, it does use a 135 millimeter nano-bearing fan, so absolutely silent operation as far as that goes. Now let's get a look at the unit itself. Like I say, EVGA did not skimp anywhere as far as the internal circuitry. You know, like I say, they took the KM3 platform and they outfitted it with all of the best components. One of the ways you know that is the platinum certification. We have seen this same platform come out in gold because, you know, you don't quite go with the tolerances, don't quite spend the money on the circuits on the inside, and you wind up with gold efficiency rather than platinum efficiency, which, you know, really isn't a huge deal, but EVGA went all out, top tier all the way inside. Now the outside has the typical EVGA look with the punched grate for the fan in the top with the EVGA logo, 1000 watt. Both sides bear the EVGA sticker, again repeating all of the information as far as output, like I say, on both sides. Bottom blank with your serial number. You've got your fully modular side, as you see here, everything easily plugged in, as well as your eco on and off switch. And I know we're upside down, but what the eco on and off switch does, with the eco on, it tells the fan to stay off below 25 degrees centigrade and then ramp up from there. With it off, it's going to respond like a normal PSU fan. It's going to stay running slowly, at lower temperatures, lower stress rates, and then ramp up from there, but it'll never actually be off. It's entirely a choice of yours as far as which you like. One thing, do not flip the switch while the PSU is on. Always do it while the PSU is off. Finally, on the back, we see the honeycomb structure. Great airflow, as we've seen before, from all the EVGA PSUs. Entire open back with honeycomb, so you get a good exhaust area for it to come through. Plug in, automatically switching between 100 and 240 volts, and your on-off switch right next to the plug. So very, very solid design, very good looking design. As you see, like I say, the standard EVGA design with the textured black case, and really, really nice looking power supply in the case. I had mentioned that EVGA does really fantastic cable kits, but they also do fantastic accessory kits. So let's take a look. Starting off, simple manual. Of course, power supply, just basically listening to the features, and quick guide how to install it. Now, one thing I do want to note, the manual and box say a 5-year warranty. However, the EVGA website does specify a 7-year warranty. So I'm going to guess that it's probably got the 7-year warranty and not the 5-year, and it was changed after these were printed up. So we'll have to look into that and get some confirmation. Now, moving on from there, as you see, there is storage pouch for the unit in case you ever wind up storing it. Storage pouch for your cables, nice Velcro pouch. Keep all your cables safe and neat. 4 screws. EVGA case badge. Power cable, nice heavy gauge, 13 amp, 125 volt rated. Ties for the cables. Really nice feature here. If you're unfamiliar with what this is actually a startup for the power supply that you can actually start up at the PSU without it being connected. One of the really great things this can be used for, if you're water cooling and you're bleeding, priming, this comes in very, very handy. Now, finally, we're going to get to the cables. I've got just a few out here. Obviously, there's just a ton included. You've got the motherboard cable, 2 4+4 CPU cables, 4 6+2+6+2 8-pin PCI connector cables. So obviously SLI Crossfire ready. 2 6+2 PCI Express connectors, 4 SATA connectors with 4 SATA connectors on each, so a total of 16 SATA connectors. 1 cable with 3 Molex connectors, and finally 1 cable with 2 Molex connectors and a floppy disk connector, in case you happen to be running a floppy disk. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. But I did want to bring a couple out just to get a look at the cables themselves. Like I say, they are absolutely beautiful cables. Really, really nice sleeving. As you notice, they're black all the way to the end. There's no multicolor. Nothing really looks worse inside the case, and having the red, orange, yellow, black cables sticking out from there to there, especially on the end of your GPU, where it's, folding over and clearly visible, you'll want a nice black solid color. These are also available as aftermarket kits in a variety of colors, available directly from EVGA on the EVGA site. So really nice job with the cables from EVGA as always. Like I say, these are my favorite cables that do come with any power supply in the market these days. Looking at our test results, there's absolutely no surprises here. What we're seeing is exactly what we'd expect to be seeing from this platform when it's outfitted with all top-tier components and pushed to its limits. The regulation is absolutely outstanding on all 3 rails. It does run a tiny bit hot, as we've seen in the past, but well within spec. And like I say, the regulation, all 3 rails, well under 1%. So you get really, really solid power delivery from the EVGA 1000P. Looking at the 1000p, it was really top-notch all around. I mean, no questioning the performance. Built on an absolutely solid platform. I think EVGA made a fantastic decision deciding to offer both of the top platforms on the market at incredibly reasonable prices. Right now, the 1000p was released with a manufacturer retail of $219, which falls right into the middle of 1000 watt, even gold rated power supplies. So really, it's an outstanding value. Now you couple that with EVGA's customer service, which really is second to none. If you've ever had dealings with them, they're fantastic, as well as a 7-year warranty and a cable kit, like I say, that's really fantastic to work with. Just to nitpick a little, and I've said it before about the EVGA cable kits, I do wish they had some SATA and Molex mixed on cables. I always do wind up using one more cable with the EVGAs than I do with other power supplies. But that's really a small little nitpick, especially given how good those cables look in the case. So EVGA really has hit a home run, not only with the 1000p, with their entire power supply line at this point. The 1000p is going to share the Editor's Choice Award with the 1000p2, and really there's no reason it shouldn't. Power delivery, the two of them are really, right there neck and neck, as well as exactly the same price point. So EVGA is giving you, that option. Do you want a Seasonic? Do you want a Super Flower? You can't go wrong with either one, and they're going to stand behind both of them. So once again, an Editor's Choice Award for the EVGA SuperNova 1000p.